me see monitor. I just gotta add stuff. Let me see. See if things are live. On. Okay, we're live. I think. Oh, hello. Okay, let me see. This is annoying. Let me see right here. But I don't need this. Boom, boom. We're live. Steve, let me double check with school. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, working. Okay. Let's try to remove whatever I don't need. We are gonna switch to this branch. Undo. Bunch of stuff. We can go. Fine. Open up. Game. Some orange juice. Oh, man. It's party. Just came back from a birthday party. So get some orange juice. Make sure I don't get sick. Even though I don't like orange juice. Okay. I'm gonna do spells today. Just you open up Bezzy. Yep, we're connected. Let's see. We are gonna do. I am still debating whether I want to use Bezzy for my spells, because the spells are very technical, and I'm gonna use a spell that goes out and in. I'm gonna see how that works. Let me see. I can go here. I'm trying to think. I never look to my left. I think I hate, but like I'm gonna be looking a lot if Bessie's on my left screen. I have 3 screens. Yes, I need Discord open. Let's see what. Okay. See. Busy of this. We're ready. Okay, so we're gonna do. Let's get our stuff set up. Let me see. I was thinking about a daily challenge stuff. Let's see. We need dark spell. We need the setup. So we need the gesture. I think the gesture's already done. And then we need. I think I have the icon. So you have gesture, icon. scriptable object, and then prefab, VFX, and damageable. Okay. Let's see. So, wait, this shouldn't have the method. Oh, I forgot to add it. Dang it. Okay. Magic hunters. We have scriptable objects. Then we have inventory and spell list. No, these are old. Seeing transition info. Spells. The spells are not inventory. Inventory data. Spells unlocked. That's what we have. No. Okay, so we have, are these the ones? Inventory resource spells. That we have all the different spells. I don't think we use resources, but I'm gonna say we're gonna do dark. So that's by element. We're gonna start organizing stuff. Dark spell, dark blast. And right now it just has the fire. So diagonal, horizontal, delta is the triangle, box, circle, and pi the squiggly. So we need the icons. Let's see the icons. Did I not draw one? Yeah, I think I have my iPad. I can draw one. I'm trying to think if I can use Midjourney. Midjourney sucks. Grab my spells. What's the other thing I need? I thought I had all the spells. Oh, this is for the icon. Let me see. I can use Midjourney for that. So the icon spells. We have art spells. Dark. Again, we're gonna do a folder because it's gonna start getting messy if we have like hundreds of spells. Dark. Then we have, I don't know what to call it, but dark blast. We don't need to do a folder until we actually need it. So in here, we're gonna have all the art for the spells. Create, what is it? Dark blast. Let's see, we want 512, no, 256 by 512 by 512 icon, white icon with background. Of spell. I could also go to pin like something for a quick. Okay. This is so bad. Let's see. If not, I'm just gonna draw it. Okay, so we have this icons spells game, but let's just now focus on that. So let's go to scriptable objects, inventory, resources, spells, dark, and we have dark blast. Blast icon, diagonal gesture. So the gestures we do have. So this is the gesture for this one. So if you go down, I think that should be good. Let me see. There's not another one. Okay, and then dark launches area dark blast that deals, I don't know how much it'll deal, let's say 50% damage, and the color can be purple, and damage up to, okay, so we'll have an area effect that just boom deals damage. XP skill tree, we need the skill tree, where is it? And then skill tree. Okay, so we have, let's see where this is at. Okay, earth. So let's do this. And then where are we? And spells, we're in dark. So these are gonna be all the prefabs we use. So each spell is a simple folder dark blast. And then we'll make, I gotta list the steps so I can give it to Bessie to just do my spells. Dark blast, prefab, SO. Okay. So we have dark blast, skill tree nodes, dark blast. Okay, and then this one we'll probably change it a bit. So all these nodes, what are they? Image, locked image. Oh, because all these are locked regardless. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we have the skill tree that we'll eventually do. We'll figure out. And each one of these has a spell scriptable object. So we're going to change all these, and they're going to have whatever they need to. And the way we're going to do it is we're just going to say 1, 2, 3. There's no craziness. 4. They're going to be in order of how they're going to be, so that when we debug, it'll be correct. And I haven't thought about these, but I will eventually. The skill tree for each spell. So each spell will have a bunch of upgrades, and I got to think of these. They're very specific, but for now, let's see. So we have an area and effect, right? So what are some things that we want? So some things that I think, and then this pen is stopped working. Okay, there. Let's see. Why isn't there AOE icons? It's just so hard. Oh, there's one. Just gonna grab this really quick, just so that we have something temp for now. Paint. Crop paint. So the icon for now, and I think I have it somewhere, but I think this will be fine. Work, magic assets, art assets. Let's say puzzle spells. Then we have new folder, dark. Then in here we say dark blast or dark blast. And then say dark blast icon. Do it. Done. Okay. And then, okay, so we have this. In here, we need each one of these nodes has to reference the skill tree that it needs. And so that's where we go to dark blast. So this is the spell data, and these are all the index. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there it is. There's a difference. Okay, so let's just do. Okay, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna say this is 0. It's gonna suck, but this is 0. That way it matches with the number 1, 2. We are in the dark blast. Yeah, we're on the dark blast. 3, 3, 4, 4. And I could just say, hey, the index is the last of the name, so I could grab the at the end, and that would be fine, probably. So I could do that if we wanted to. Just name it and then follow that up with the index. And that might remove some of the work. Okay, so we have that. And then we'll have the requirements later. We'll do all that later. There's no big deal. And then we're gonna go in here, and now we need dark spell. So see type of upgrade. So each upgrade is different. We can do whatever, all damage, AoE, whatever, damage percent. So damage percent, I think across is fine for now. And the curves, we'll change them as we go, just so that we don't have any problems. We'll just, let me see if it'll let me copy this one. Oh yeah, so I can go like this, I believe. Oh no, it won't let me. Nope. I guess we'll just go one at a time. Did it let me? Nope. We can also set the default to be just default. And then I'm gonna have to go for a little bit, and it's gotta get something. And then I'll be back to this. I kind of forgot what all the stuff that I need to do. So the status is at 0 on all of them. 1 is unlocked, I believe, and then it'll level up. Spell ID, I believe, is Dark Blast. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have to make sure it's correct. So the skill tree now, we do have one which is a Dark Blast skill tree. So there we go. So that, oh, what the heck? Why did it not let me? Dark Blast. Type mismatch. What? Oh, because it's not. It should be dark. Last there. It's just it was grabbing the reference in the scene, not the actual spell. We do need an icon. Oh, we have an icon now. Let's go to the icons, dark, and then we're gonna grab the. Oh, where did I save it? Dang it! Why does it? I don't even know where it saved it. Save as in G on storage. There. I just want it in here. Just put it here. It's okay. No, I'll be back. Yeah. What we're gonna work on when we come back. Okay. Oh. Okay. let's see. You have the icon. Inventory. What I can do, so that's gonna take forever. You can just properties, have it on another screen, so I can have it over here. I can look at the reference and the values. So we have the the icon. So if we go to icon, I need to see this work. Go apply. Yep, it works now. Max skill up, max skill levels. I'm trying to look at and see. Can drain stats? No. Can hit friends? No. Speed increase hits. Okay, so the idea is that all the spells will do this setup. We'll have some kind of spell data, a component, and speed increases hits. I don't even remember what that does, but okay. So, in order to figure out the spells, we have this. That works. Let me double check. So we have a spell script. Okay. And this spell script, once it pops in, so we have an equipment spell. So this is whatever that spawns it. Oh, this one's for equipment, but they all derive from spell. And so spell is a base class. Since we're done with this shop, I'm gonna unpin these. If it'll let me just click on them. It's so weird that it won't let me click on them to pin them in the first place, but I can click on it to unpin, but when it doesn't do any. I wish there was like a toggle like Visual Studio does. Okay, so it's reading. Okay, so we have the spell class. This spell class has the ID, the gesture type, the mana cost, enemy detection, spawn enemy detection, gesture type. There's two. Oh, because this is the enum. He could probably go somewhere else. And then this is the current, like the spell data, because this is what sets it all up. Then we have a setup. So this setup is good to help us kind of. So if we change this, it's okay, but the formula won't change. So it helps us not having to like redo every spell, because we used to have like a bunch of stuff to do, and now it's much easier because yeah. Spell data. This is all the spell, and so you have a start. And there's no override on this. Current spell data is the info. So at the start, it'll assign spell data, spell info from the spell data is scriptable object. So this copies over the values. It doesn't change them, and it doesn't give them a reference. So that is one thing, or I think it does. But the idea is that it says, hey, it points to the current spell data, and then updates the stats if you don't have anything you return. But the main idea is that it'll give us information that we need, and then we get the level, and we need what is the next, how much experience do we need to level up. So this is specifically to level up the spells. As the spells level up, the player levels up. And then in here, technically, I don't do the event here. I only save it when we level up. But maybe we should. I think that's what was happening before, where we weren't saving the spells. So every time we gain experience, the spells weren't saving. And so you need. Okay, so. Oh, but this one just depends. Because some spells don't need XP. Okay, so yeah, so this is if we don't have spell data. Okay, that's good. Because equipment doesn't have spell data. Um, that'd be interesting. Anyways, I don't know if I want to do this every time a spell is saved because you have 5 spells, so this will trigger multiple times. So that's why we're not doing it. Mhm. There are other ways to set that up. Make sure you click code. Okay. So we are gonna set up a spell. And right now we do have like a bunch of spells. Trying to think which one would be the closest. But we're gonna spawn. So this is now we're gonna do the fun part that people like doing with spells is the spawning of the VFX and what it involves. So we have scripts and spells, earth, fire, light, should have a dark one. Folder, we still need to organize stuff. And okay, so spells, this is just scripts, dark spell, dark blast, I believe. Okay, so just gonna have a script, it's gonna be dark blast, because it's just a blast. Okay, and let's see. So we have first of all, we're gonna narrate from spell, and then it's gonna tell me that it's not anything. Could just we could do which spell would be good to reuse? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's say we have all this. Let's just copy paste. No, actually this one's not good. We want an actual like let's say the water orb. Down. Spells. I think we have this earth one. That might be good. Earth healing spell. Let's do the earth healing spell because this one's kind of similar. It's just a little different. Not a little. It's different. Oh man, this is old too. Dang it. But let's just do it for the sake of doing it. Just trying to see. Okay, so we have the prefab. So Dark Blast. It's just a Dark Blast. The player stats. So the network object. So that means we gotta be using Fusion. There you go. So we have connection current runner dot spawn. We have the Dark Blast, and we're gonna spawn it where? Well, the setup has the player transform position. Okay, so we're gonna set it up, and it's gonna be a radius. And then healing amount. So the main issue with this is that it doesn't guarantee to be at the right time. So what we're gonna do is what I think the orb spell does. Let's go back to script spells. Oh. Let me see some idiot on Discord. Just okay. Dun, dun, dun. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where the orb water there. Okay, bubble dot spell. Now we have this one. So this one has a before, right? So let's just copy this one because it's better. If I wanted to. Cast VFX. If you cast, oh, I guess it doesn't matter that much. Let me see. Okay, so we have the setup. We don't need to. No, this is fine. Different. Okay, so we don't need all this because we're gonna set it up exactly where the player is, regardless. So let me see. Spell setup. Player transform. That's what we decided. Here we're gonna do spawn. The spawn is the same as before. Let me do this. Bubble shot. I'll just run that. Do we need to save the network object? Technically, not really. We're gonna spawn this guy, Dark Blast. spell setup, position. And then the rotation doesn't really matter because it's going to be like a radial effect. And then we'll just do this so we can see everything. All we're doing is spawning the blast. Hey, what's up? Okay. Okay, let me see. No. Boom. See. So we need a dark blast. What is it called? Dark blast effect or dark blast damage class. And so we'll go in here, spells, dark. Come on. And so yeah, we're gonna do that. Can't say your name, dude. Huggings is like bro. Dark blast damn it. And so this is gonna be networked and it's gonna obviously the spell is gonna need level ups and all kinds of different ways it behaves. And so it won't be just a damage dealer. And I don't even know if we have. I don't think we want to do the base class. We'll do one off, and I think that's fine for the most part. So we'll do this, and this will be a network behavior. The other one we can check this bubble shot, right? Because we're gonna follow a similar pattern. So the bubble shot is a network trigger damage, and in here you have network behavior. And then you have all this stuff that the trigger damage does. But this is not a trigger damage, at least not for now. So instead of complicating things, because the problem sometimes is that I try to set up all these classes that you can inherit from so to make things easier. But at the end of the day, it's not really that easy. So it's better just doing one-offs as we go for each spell and leaving it as is. Unless there's obviously like repeats. We can make it more modular too, but for now, let's keep it simple and figure the rest later out. Okay, so we have this, and now where is my dark blast? I need dark blast damage. Do it again. In it. This is the only thing I don't like about Writer is all these it's so hard to pin things, whereas in Visual Studio is so much easier. I don't know. So, anyways, so we have network behavior using Fusion. Boom. And then we have on spawn. So let me move this here. So we have initial setup. So we have the initial setup. We say public. And this is going to happen before the other stuff, but we could say void initial setup, and then the other is going to be on spawn, spawn override, public void override spawned. Okay, and then I think that's the main one. And then initial setup. Let me see what we have. Current spell data. So that is, where's the current spell data? Oh, because the spell has it. Yeah. So that it inherits from spell. Sorry, my bad. We have to have something like this in there. And the reason why that's there is so that we can like all these things like the AOE, number of hits, how what's going on with this guy. Um, so if we go back here, we'll have a spell data. And then in here, we will have whatever stats we need. And what load and setup base stats. So what happens is that this spell data has the current update, and when people level up their spells, the spell data will update. And so every time I make a spell, it'll set it up with the latest settings. Or the let if you have more AoE, more damage, whatnot, it'll be there. Okay, and then on spawn, we would then sync whatever needs to be synced. Okay, that is the basis. Will it do damage? Probably not, and that's where Bessie will come in, because we can say update, or in here, create AoE blast. Yeah, because the thing is if we want the AoE to be the same as what the effect is, we would have to launch something that's similar to that. It's kind of interesting. Or you could do on trigger enter and continue to scale up the bomb. But if we wanted to do it immediately, blast by scaling the trigger volume. So like if we did do on trigger, so network trigger damage, we could inherit from this, right? So we could use this in here and just say this, like it's a radial effect. It means it'll get bigger, and it'll do on trigger enter, and it'll just do damage once to everybody. The only problem is the shape, right? If it's a circle, then it defeats the purpose a little. So what I'll probably do is I'll have some kind of disc, and then it will radiate out instead of just like up. That's the only difference here. Oh, I keep forgetting to adjust this stuff. Okay, so let's see what I'm gonna do. Okay. Okay. Let me see what we're gonna do. I'm just I'm kind of hesitant to do this because this has so much. But let's think of the spell, right? So we have this. Okay, now we need to know, okay, what do we spawn? I'm trying to think if so what we can do in here on spawn, we try something different, because what I was doing, I was spawning the visuals at the same time I'm spawning the spell, since but I was doing it, I was doing runner.network. So instead I'm gonna do a local visual to avoid bandwidth. And so what I'll do is I'll have a VFX in here in the damageable, realize field. This will be a game object. This will be a dark blast VFX prefab. Yeah, sure. And when it starts on spawn, everybody's gonna spawn is gonna instantiate that. There you go. Oh yeah, this transform now position, rotation, everything the same, and it's gonna be the prefab. Will it do damage? No. Let's just. Did I add it? Oh, okay, so we don't need this setup for now. I am gonna need to scale it. Do we do it on render or fixed update? I think render's fine. Come on, stop. Or it's just not what it was. Do the override. 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 All right. Let's see if it lets me fixed update network. It's there. But there's another one. Oh, that one, but yeah, there you go. Okay, so in here, we're gonna update. We're gonna if as state authority. Scale up and despawn when reaching max height or max scale. So in here, so one of the things is, let me see, serialized field doesn't need to be networked because we're just I'm trying to think if we need to local scale. Oh. Okay. Let me see. What do I want? Float and then max scale size. And it'll uniformly adjust. Come on. And so then in here, scale up to max scale. And then it'll despawn. But then we need to see if the skill actually does work. So we're gonna do, I wonder, it's not gonna let me do both. I'm trying to see if I can do both at once. We're gonna just create the VFX. So first we're gonna create the VFX in hope that we can just get it working. Let me see. So we have prefabs, spells, dark blast. Okay. If I go in here, I will be okay. So first we're gonna do the dark blast spell. So this is what you spawn. Yeah, and the reason why we have this is because we need some kind of information transfer that we don't want on the actual, like if the object is moving or whatever. Or if, yeah, so here we have the spell. Dark blast. I should call it dark blast spell, but anyways, blast. Mana cost. What's the mana cost? That technically, I think the mana cost is in the spell data. I don't know how much. 50. Enemy detection, spot enemy nothing. Spell like okay, so this is the spell data. I don't need to, but this is the dark blast. This is the spell level config. Dark blast game object. We need to make dark blast X or dark blast damage. Local player stats. Type of damage is dark. Damage VFX and VFX. AoE prefab. Bunch of stuff. Scale uniformly. Oh, and then max scale size. Let's say 5. I think that's what that is. Oh yeah, because this is the prefab. Okay, and then okay, so we have these 3 and this one. So if we do the damage first, then I can add in here. Not sure, let me do it. I still need the actual VFX, so I'll do it in a second, and then we'll just test it. And all we need is for the spell to show up. And so the part 2 of this would be to figure out, okay, now that we have the visuals, we need to do the scaling, the trigger damage, make sure everything's, and then start adding like the upgrades. So that's part 2. Part 2 is like getting it all working correctly. Okay, so in here we have the Dark Blast prefab, and that's this. Have to do something different. Okay, so let's go in here. So now we have the spell and the damage. Okay. Okay, let me see. I'm just trying to think. Okay, so local spell data. I just zoned out because I was thinking of something else. Okay, so this is where the VFX is. So let's call Dark Blast. Wait, no, that's not it. What the heck? Wait, Dark Blast spell. So this is where Dark Blast damage. I don't know why it didn't save. Okay, so here that blast spell. Apply. That on Dark Blast damage. Okay, so this is, yeah, this is the VFX. Okay, so let's apply all. Okay, so now we need the spell. We're gonna do this. We're almost there. RPG. Where's the RPG? VFX. Oh, the RPG? No. Everything is an RPG, so it's. Let's see. So everything is so annoying. What is it called? RPG. VFX bundle, this one. Okay. So imported assets. Mo projectiles. I don't know. Even demo projectiles. It's new, so it should be somewhere. Let's see. HOVL Studios. I don't know why people have it. Well, I do know, but it's so annoying. I don't care about your studio. I just want your asset. AAA. Yeah, sure. Save. Okay. So, oh, great. There's literally nothing here. Just gonna spawn them all at runtime. This is great. I'm gonna probably finish with Resi finishing up my stuff. Cool. But these are not triple. You see triple A, it's like, dude, like the amount of for some of these. At least they might be. They will go back, but a lot of the time, I'm not too fond. Okay. Okay, so it'll do like a blast out, which is fine, I guess. What about mm, I don't know. Okay, what is this effect? What if I do this faster? Oh man, I have to, in order to do it faster, I have to change all these freaking VFX. And what if stones? I don't need the stones. To capture. Capture. Okay. Change. Company, Magic Hunters, Prefab, Bells, Dark, Dark Black. Effects. Well, damage. So the damage now needs a prefab. Detection radius one, I don't know. It's all part of the thing, so it doesn't. Okay, so we're gonna go. I don't know if I still have the VFX for the other spells. Okay. Okay. So here's some other. Okay, so we have the books. Yeah, there's not another if spell unlock. Spell unlock dark. Okay, and so the way it's set up is that it tells me what spell, and I have the dark blast spell, and then it'll be there now. Spell book is in there. Spell VFX. Eventually, we'll need one. Local player. Okay, almost done. Guess I could spell book dark. Now, oh yeah, because I had someone change these, so now I can actually color them, I believe. Oh, and I just have to. So I can do. Yeah. And then this can be. Okay, so there's that book. So we can change it to whatever, but it's dark. Again, this has to be a different color, but it doesn't matter right now. Okay, and so grabbing this book will basically unlock the spell for you, and then you can cast it. And then, yeah, so we'll, let me just double check stuff. Hopefully I can end really fast. Got a backlog of stuff to do. And then I gotta do this. So I gotta do the functionality and the node upgrades. And that's about like 3 hours of work, and so if I work 3 hours on one spell and then 3 hours on the other, I have 2 spells. And it sounds simple, but the main difficulty is then testing it and making sure it works. Because the other spells are not working either. At least some of the stuff is not. And I still have to balance it and whatnot. Let me see. Uh, Did this side quest look? Oh, 'cause I did have. I can still test other stuff if I want. Come on. Okay. Oh, okay. So, well, probably because it's not. I forgot to load some. Let me see. Loading? Oh, it's there, but it replaced the other spell. If it's registered, do I have it registered? I can probably tell me if I. I might have to log for the. If I look up right hand spells. Fire slash, fire slash. Oh, I forgot to get a fire. So do fire slash. So dark. Of the dark blast. This, see, we forgot to add the dark blast prefab spell. There we go. Oh, okay. Now we're on business. No idea how. Oh, not gonna be there. Yeah, there you go. But it's oh, it's doing the bubble shot. Whoopsie. Yeah, so it's not. Damage. So we just had to do the dark blast damage. and then we have to make sure that we spawn it, and then we despawn it. Does it not have a timer? Oh, this scales it. This is not the same thing. Yeah, so I just need time to despawn because the thing keeps going. It doesn't despawn, so it's there forever. So that's to do with functionality. So that's it. So next, I'm just gonna work on the updates. I'm gonna cut the stream and then take a break and then finish it later on my own. But that's basically what it takes to get the spells working from beginning to end, at least to get it in. Now it's a matter of um, despawning it, networking it, doing all the what does it do? Does it deal damage to who? How much? And then plugging it into everything so that you can upgrade it. It's actually pretty. And then get this is now all the exciting stuff after the functionality of it, and then the testing. And that's what it'll take for every spell from now on. Yep. See you guys.